Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the No Cap Recap, Curse of Oak Island, Season 11, Episode 17, called Piling On. Aired March 5th, 2024. Happy 60th birthday, Jack. If you missed my recaps of previous episodes, there's a link in the upper right. Let's get into it. Previously, on the Curse of Oak Island, people have been looking for an incredible treasure for 229 years. After Hurricane Lee does millions of dollars of damage to Nova Scotia, Rick, Alex, and Jack arrive on the island to find the swamp full of water again. Rick starts to pump immediately. They next visit the garden shaft that fortunately was not that affected, and Dumas Contracting was able to start digging again the previous day. They are at 99 feet. They are starting to expose more of the wood beam found previously. Professor Adrian Gaspani video conferences into the war room to give his report on the stone piles on Lot 15. They have this alignment, which includes the moon setting and rising, and the piles correspond to these stars. And those stars would be viewable on Oak Island in the year 1250 AD, according to Professor Gaspani. In addition, he says the stone triangle has alignment with the sunrise and sunset solstice. Gaspani goes on to say that people that place these stones would have to be navigators that know astronomy and geometry. Putting that together with the timeline of 12 to 1300 AD and a group coming from Europe, he says the probable authors are of the Templar Order. Also placed in that time period, along with the stone piles and triangle, are Nolan's Cross and the paved area in the swamp. The new borehole is F.25-825 northeast of H8. They're continuing the redigging of the RTF caisson. Gary and Jack go to Lot 15 northwest of the Money Pit area to metal detect near the stone piles. They find this piece of shaped and decorated lead. Gary thinks it's medieval. He says when he is metal detecting medieval sites in England, he finds a lot of old iron and old lead. Then if you're lucky, you find medieval silver and gold as well. Rick arrives at the bottom of the garden shaft after being alerted that Dumas Contracting has exposed a section of the tunnel. He says those are big beams, and the Dumas rep points out that each of them are different widths. Here's a closer view. They will pull some of the beams out and get samples for carbon dating. Rick asks Gary to metal detect the beams. He doesn't have much luck with the regular detector due to the other metal in the shaft, but he finds this fastener with his handheld pinpointer. This is a closer shot of it. Surveyor Steve Guptill comes down the shaft as well to get GPS from the exposed tunnel to refine his projection of the tunnel's dimensions and direction. In borehole F.25-825, the team finds wood at 151 feet, but nothing else between that and bedrock. Still, the wood is promising, and they will try another close-by borehole to try to hit that same structure. The first beam comes out of the garden shaft. Rick examines it and says it's adze cut, and Gary agrees and says that the beam is part of Money Pit history. The adze goes back to ancient Egypt and was used to cut wood for ships and structures until being replaced by mechanized tools in the 1700s. This is another shot of the beams and the teams. While the tunnel continues to be exposed so they can get into it and examine it for structural integrity, Dumas Contracting will probe drill into it to try to determine any treasure or other targets. This is the cleaned up lead piece found near the stone piles on Lot 15. In the lab, it sits on this card marked lot 1523-569, September 14th, 23. G. Drayton and J. Begley as the finders and labeled as lead splash decorated and something artifact 2011. Emma says it's a match for the spiraled piece of lead that Gary found on lot 13 between the swamp and the money pit in season 9 that geochemist Chris McFarland found to be from eastern Scandinavia. Doug says based on the new find being a match and the archaeoastronomical research revealed by Professor Gaspani, they have to follow up on Vikings' involvement. Next time on an all-new The Curse of Oak Island Season 11, Episode 18, called May the Norse Be With You. Carmen Legg says the garden shaft fastener is very old and was definitely used to put together structures. They find a structure in the swamp that could be related to the stone road. Dr. Spooner says the structure is further back in time, and an expert says the Vikings had knowledge of North America in contact with the early Templars, and agrees they could have had knowledge of the Oak Island area. The episode synopsis reads as follows. The Brotherhood uncovers a new structure under the swamp, and a new theory suggests the Vikings worked with the Templars to help them get to Oak Island. I'll continue recapping Season 11 late Tuesday nights through the spring, as well as continue to do retro recaps of Seasons 6 through 8, Seasons 1 through 5, 9, 10, and the aired episodes of Season 11 are already done and are in my Oak Island playlist. Upcoming streams answering your financial questions with Coach Steve Money, Saturdays and Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and the Ramsey Show After Show show. The only one for March will be March 20th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, I'm Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions Certified Financial Coach. And if you've got money problems or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. You can email me about coaching or anything else on my YouTube channel, Coach Steve Money at gmail.com. Channel donations can go to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, Cash App to $Coach Steve Money, or Walmart gift card to coachstevemoney at gmail.com. You can add me on the gram at Coach Steve Money, and of course the YouTube channel is youtube.com/Coach Steve Money. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment.